Hi, this is Mr. Mina Bebawy. This is the mid-year science revision for the first prep for the first term, Unit 1. This video contains all the important questions from my point of view. Study them hard and try to pause the video after hearing each question. Then answer it, then play the video and check if your answer is correct. Study hard and good luck. Let's start our revision. Unit 1, Matter and its construction. The first type of questions that we will start with is write the scientific term. When you are going to study this type of questions, first answer them as scientific term. Then study them as what's meant by. For example, write the scientific term. It is anything that has a mass and volume. Matter. You will study them in the second time as follows. What's meant by matter? You will say it is anything that has mass and volume. It is anything that has a mass and occupies a space. Matter. It is the amount of matter that the body contains. Mass. It is the space that a substance occupies. Volume. It is the mass of unit volume of matter. Density. It is the mass of 1 cubic centimeter of matter. Density. It is the change of matter from solid state to liquid state. Melting or melting process. It is the temperature at which the matter begins to change from the solid state to the liquid state. Melting point. It is the change of matter from liquid state to gaseous state. Boiling or vaporization. It is the temperature at which the matter begins to change from the liquid state to the gaseous state. Boiling point. It is the smallest part of matter which exists freely and it has the properties of matter. Molecule. They are spaces that are found among the molecules of matter together. Intermolecular spaces. It is the force that bounds the molecules of matter together. Intermolecular forces. It is the simplest pure form of matter which can't be analyzed chemically into simpler form. Element. It is a substance which is formed from combination of atoms of 2 or more different elements with constant weight ratios. Compound. It is the fundamental building unit of matter. Atom. It is the smallest individual unit of matter which can share in chemical reaction. Atom. It is the number of protons in the nucleus of an atom. Atomic number. It is the number of electrons that rotate around the nucleus. Atomic number. It is the sum of the numbers of protons and neutrons in the nucleus of an atom. Mass number. They are imaginary regions or places around the nucleus in which the electrons move according to their energies. Energy levels. The amount of energy lost or gained by an electron when it transfers from one energy level to another. Quantum. The atom that gains a quantum of energy. Excited atom. The rule that we use to calculate the number of electrons that saturates the first four energy levels. 2n squared or 2n power 2. A molecule which is formed from two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. Water molecule or H2O. A molecule which is formed from one nitrogen atom and three hydrogen atoms. Ammonia or NH3. A molecule which is formed from one sodium atom and one chlorine atom. Table salt or sodium chloride or NaCl. A liquid diatomic element. Bromine. Its symbol is Br. A liquid monoatomic element. Mercury. Its symbol is Hg. Solution which is good conductor of electricity. Salt solution or alkaline solution or acidic solution. A solution which is bad conductor of electricity. Sugary solution or hydrochloric acid dissolved in benzene. An electrically neutral particle inside the nucleus of an atom. Neutron. A positively charged particle in the nucleus of an atom. Protons. The second type of questions, write the electronic configuration for the following elements. Write the electronic configuration for the following elements. The first element is hydrogen. Its symbol is H. Its atomic number is 1 and its mass number is 1. By writing the word pen, so P equal 1, E equal 1, N equal 1 minus 1 equals 0. P is the number of protons, E is the number of electrons, N is the number of neutrons, which equals mass number minus atomic number. By drawing the electronic configuration for hydrogen, its nucleus contains only one proton and no neutrons. It has only one electron, which is found inside the first energy level K. So its electronic configuration is K1. It is an active gas because its outermost energy level is not completely filled with electrons. Helium. Its symbol is He. Its atomic number is 2 and its mass number is 4. Number of protons equal atomic number equal to number of electrons equal number of protons equal atomic number equal 2, number of neutrons equal mass number minus atomic number equal 2 neutrons. So its nucleus contains 2 protons, 2 neutrons, and it has only one energy level K, which contains 2 electrons. So helium is an inactive gas because its outermost energy level is completely filled with electrons. K is saturated only by 2 electrons. Sodium, Na1123. It has 11 protons, 11 electrons, and 12 neutrons. Its nucleus contains 11 protons, 12 neutrons. It has 11 electrons, which are distributed over 3 energy levels, K, 2, L8, and finally M1. Sodium is an active element because its outermost energy level contains less than 8 electrons. Chlorine, Cl1735. It has 17 protons, 17 electrons, and it has 18 neutrons. Its nucleus contains 17 protons, 18 neutrons, and it has 3 energy levels, K2, L8, and finally M7. Chlorine is an active gas because its outermost energy level contains less than 8 electrons. Argon, Ar1840. It has 18 protons, 18 electrons, and 22 neutrons. Its nucleus contains 18 protons, 22 neutrons, and it has 3 energy levels. K contains 2 electrons, L contains 8, M contains 8 electrons. So argon is an inactive gas because its outermost energy level is completely filled with electrons. So it doesn't share in chemical reaction. The third type of questions is complete the following. Matter is anything that has space and space. Matter is anything that has mass and volume. Equal volumes of different substances have different space as they differ in their space. Equal volumes of different substances have different masses as they differ in their densities. Space and wood can float on water surface as they have space density than that of water. Ice, cork, and wood can float on water surface as they have lower density than that of water. Space and space are from the substances which have low melting points, while space and space are from the substances which have high melting point. Wax and ice are from the substances which have low melting points, while copper and iron are from the substances which have high melting point. Space alloy is used in making jewels, while space alloy is used in making heating coils. Copper gold alloy is used in making jewels, while nickel chrome alloy is used in making heating coils. Solids have different space points, while space have different boiling points. Solids have different melting points, while liquids have different boiling points. Space and space are good conductors of electricity and heat, while space and space are bad conductors of electricity and heat. Copper and iron are good conductors of electricity and heat, while wood and plastic are bad conductors of electricity and heat. Sugary solution is a space conductor of electricity, while acidic solution is a space conductor of electricity. Sugary solution is bad conductor of electricity, while acidic solution is good conductor of electricity. Active metals lose their space when they are exposed to space air. Active metals lose their metallic luster when they are exposed to moist or humid air. Spare parts of cars are covered with space to protect them from rust and corrosion. Spare parts of cars are covered with grays to protect them from rust and corrosion. There are space and space among the molecules of matter. There are intermolecular spaces and intermolecular forces among the molecules of matter. On heating a solid material, it space energy, and this leads to the increase in the space of molecules. So the space among them increase. On heating a solid material, it takes energy, and this leads to the increase in the speed, velocity of molecules. So the intermolecular spaces among them increase. Molecules of one substance are space in properties, but they space from other substance molecules. Molecules of one substance are similar in properties, but they differ from other substance molecules. All solid molecules are formed of a space atom or atoms. All solid molecules are formed of one atom. The liquid element, which consists of one atom, is, while that consists of two atoms is. The liquid element, which consists of one atom, is mercury, Hg, while that consists of two atoms is bromine, Br. Substances in which their molecules are composed of two or more different elements in a definite ratio are known as substances in which their molecules are composed of two or more different elements in a definite ratio are known as compound. Hydrogen molecule is composed of space atom or atoms, while argon molecule is composed of space atom or atoms. Hydrogen molecule is composed of two atoms because it is an active gas, while argon molecule is composed of one atom because it is an inactive gas. Ammonia molecule is composed of three space atoms and one space atom. Ammonia molecule is composed of three hydrogen atoms and one nitrogen atom. The chemical formula for ammonia is NH3. The atom consists of two main parts, which are space and space. The atom consists of two main parts, which are nucleus and electrons. The mass number is the number of space and space, while atomic number is the number of space which exists in the nucleus. The mass number is the number of protons and neutrons, while atomic number is the number of protons which exist in the nucleus. Electrons have space charge, while protons have space charge. Electrons have negative charge, while protons have positive charge. Electrons revolve around the nucleus in space regions called space. Electrons revolve around the nucleus in imaginary regions called energy levels. Active elements should have space than 8 electrons in their outermost energy levels, so they can react chemically with another atom to produce a space in a stable state. Active elements should have less than 8 electrons in their outermost energy level, so they can react chemically with another atom to produce a molecule in a stable state. The energy level L, which is the second energy level of carbon atom C6, contains space electrons, while that of sulfur atom S16 contains space electrons. The energy level L of carbon atom C6 contains 4 electrons because 6 are distributed over 2 energy levels, 2 in K and 4 in L. So L contains 4 electrons, while that, which means L also of sulfur atom, contains 8 electrons because sulfur has 16 electrons which are distributed over 3 energy levels. So they will be 2, 8, 6. So L contains 8 electrons. Electrons of sodium atom Na11 are distributed in number of energy levels equals space. Electrons of sodium atom Na11 are distributed in number of energy levels equals 3. because sodium has 11 electrons which are distributed over 3 energy levels which are K, L, and M. K contains 2, L contains 8, and M contains only 1 electron. Noble gases have 8 electrons in outermost energy level except space, which has space electrons. Noble gases have 8 electrons in outermost energy level except helium, which has only 2 electrons because its outermost energy level is K, which is saturated only by 2 electrons. The second energy level is saturated with space electrons, while the fourth one is saturated with space electrons. The second energy level is saturated with 8 electrons, because if we apply the rule 2n power 2 and we substituted for the value of n by 2, because this is the second energy level, so it will be 2 times 2 power 2, it will be equal to 8, while the fourth one is saturated with 32 by using the same rule 2n power 2 and by substituting for the value of n, in this case by 4, 2 times 4 power 2 equals 32 electrons. The atomic number of a neutral atom having 3 electrons in M energy level equals the atomic number of a neutral atom having 3 electrons in M energy level equals 13. This is because M is the third energy level and it contains 3 electrons. This means that the two energy levels before M, which are K and L, are saturated with electrons. And they are saturated by 10 electrons, 2 in K and 8 in L. So we have 10 electrons in K and L and 3 electrons at M, so we have 13 electrons, and this will be the atomic number of this element. The energy level that has the highest energy is space, while space level has the lowest energy. The energy level that has the highest energy is Q, while K level has the lowest energy. When an electron near the nucleus moves to a higher energy level, it space a quantum, and the atom becomes a space atom. When an electron near the nucleus moves to a higher energy level, it gains a quantum, and the atom becomes excited atom. Space is anything that has a mass and a volume, while space is the mass of unit volume of matter. Matter is anything that has mass and volume, while density is the mass of unit volume of matter. Space is the measuring unit of mass, while space is the measuring unit of volume. Gram or kilogram is the measuring unit of mass, while cubic centimeter or milliliter is the measuring unit of volume. Space, and space are from the physical properties of matter. density, hardness, and melting points are from the physical properties of matter. Space is one of the solid substances which appears soft at room temperature, while space is a solid substance which doesn't melt by heating. Rubber is one of the solid substances which appears soft at room temperature, while carbon or sulfur is a solid substance which doesn't melt by heating. Space gas is composed of three atoms. Ozone gas is composed of three atoms. The fourth type of questions is mention one use for the following. Density. Density is used in determination of the purity of some substances, such as milk purity. Hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen and helium, they are used in filling celebration balloons. This is because they have lower density than air, so they will rise up. Silver, gold, platinum, and copper gold alloy. They are used in making jewels. Nickel chrome alloy. Nickel chrome alloy is used in making heating coils. Steel alloy or stainless steel and aluminum. They are used in making cooking pans. Copper. Copper is used in making electric wires or cables. This is because it is a very good conductor of electricity. Wood or plastic. They are used in making the handles of cooking pans or screwdrivers. This is because they are back conductors of heat and electricity. Nickel, gold, and silver. They are used to cover other substances to protect them from rusting and corrosion. This is because they are inactive metals. Graze. Graze is used to protect iron from rust and corrosion. Electrons of the outermost energy level. They are responsible for the chemical reactions. The fifth type of questions is problems. Calculate the mass of a piece of sulfur. Its volume is 5 cubic centimeter, knowing that the density of sulfur is 2.1 gram per cubic centimeter. So we have two givens. This one is volume, this one is its density, and we need to find its mass. Mass equal volume times density. So it will be equal 5 times 2.1 equals 10.5, and the measuring unit of mass is gram. In an experiment for determining the density of water, the following results were recorded. Mass of an empty beaker equals 65 gram. Mass of the beaker and water equals 165 gram. The volume of water equals 100 cubic centimeter. Calculate the density of water. First, we have to find the mass of water. Mass of water equal mass 2 minus mass 1 equal 165 minus 65 equals 100 gram. We calculated the mass of water and we have its volume. So density of water equal m over v equals 100 over 100 equals 1 gram per cubic centimeter. Another problem. On determining iron density using a piece of iron of mass 78 gram, the piece is immersed in 100 cubic centimeter of water. The water level increases up to 110 cubic centimeter. Find the density of iron. First, we have to find the volume of the piece of iron. Its volume equal volume 2 minus volume 1 equals 110 minus 100 equals 10 cubic centimeter. We calculated its volume and we have its mass, so we can calculate its density. Density equal mass over volume equals 78 over 10 equals 7.8 gram per cubic centimeter. If you are given the symbol of chlorine atom, which is Cl1735, calculate its atomic number, mass number, and the number of neutrons. Atomic number of chlorine is 17. Its mass number is 35. Its number of neutrons equals mass number minus atomic number equals 35 minus 17 equal 18 neutrons. The electronic configuration of the atom. Its nucleus contains 17 protons and 18 neutrons, and it has 17 electrons which are distributed over 3 energy levels. K contains 2 electrons, L contains 8, and M contains 7 electrons. So chlorine atom is an active atom. The sixth type of questions is write the chemical symbol for the following elements. The symbol of hydrogen is H. The symbol of helium is He. Lithium Li. Carbon C. Nitrogen N. Oxygen O. Fluorine F. Neon Ne. Sodium Na. Magnesium Mg. Aluminum Al. Phosphorus P. Sulfur S. Chlorine Cl. Argon Ar. Potassium K. Calcium Ca. Iron Fe. Copper Cu, zinc, Zn, bromine, Br, silver, Ag, iodine, I, gold, Au, mercury, Hg, lead, Pb. The seventh type of questions is give reasons for. Equal masses of different substances have different volumes because each substance has its own density or because they have different densities. A piece of wood floats on water surface while a piece of lead sinks in it because the density of wood is less than that of water, while the density of lead is more than that of water. Water is not used to put out petrol or oil fires because the density of petrol is less than that of water. So petrol floats on water surface and water doesn't put out the fires. A piece of ice melts when it is left in air because the melting point of ice is low, which equals 0 degrees Celsius. Electric wires are made of copper or aluminum and covered by a plastic layer because they are good conductors of electricity, while plastic is a bad conductor of electricity. Screwdrivers are made of steel iron, while their handles are made of wood or plastic. Because steel iron is a good conductor of electricity, but wood or plastic is a bad conductor of electricity. Cooking pans are made of aluminum because the melting point of aluminum is high and it is a good conductor of heat. Potassium and sodium are kept under kerosene surface to prevent the reaction with oxygen in humid air, and this is because they are very active metals. Silver and gold are used in making jewels because they are chemically inactive. They don't rust. When you leave the perfume bottle open, you smell it all over the room because the molecules of the perfume are in a continuous motion and they keep the properties of the perfume. The volume of a mixture of water and alcohol is less than the sum of their volumes before mixing. Because some molecules of alcohol occupy the intermolecular spaces among water molecules. Solids have definite shape and volume because the intermolecular spaces among its molecules are very narrow, are very small, and the intermolecular force is very strong, so the molecules are relatively fixed in their positions. The matter changes from solid state to liquid state by heating, because when a solid substance is heated, its molecules gain thermal energy and its speed increases, and at melting point some of them overcome the intermolecular force and become more freely, leading to the change of matter from the solid state into the liquid state. Oxygen is an element, while table salt is a compound, because oxygen molecule is formed of two similar atoms, while table salt molecule is formed of two different atoms. The atom is electrically neutral because the number of negative electrons which revolve around the nucleus is equal to the number of positive protons in the nucleus. The mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus because the electron has a negligible mass, very small mass, relative to that of the proton or neutron. The nucleus has a positive charge because it contains protons which are positively charged and neutrons which are electrically neutral. The mass number is greater than the atomic number because the mass number is the sum of numbers of protons and neutrons inside the nucleus, while atomic number equals the number of protons only. The rule 2n squared is not applied on the energy levels greater than 4 because the atom becomes unstable if the level contains more than 32 electrons. Neon atom Ne1020 doesn't take part in the chemical reaction, while nitrogen atom N714 takes part in the chemical reaction. Because in Ne1020 atom, the outer level is saturated with 8 electrons. Because if we try to write down the electronic configuration of neon, it has 10 electrons. They are distributed in two energy levels. K contains 2 electrons and L contains 8 electrons. So its outermost energy level is saturated with 8 electrons, while the outer level in N714 nitrogen atom while the outer level in nitrogen atom contains only 5 electrons. 7 are distributed as 2 in K and 5 electrons in L. The eighth type of questions is what happens when heating a piece of coal. It doesn't melt by heating. Leaving some metals exposed to air for a long time. Their luster disappears due to the reaction with atmospheric oxygen, and a layer of rust will be formed. Putting a drop of ink in water. The color of ink spreads through all the water. Heating a piece of solid matter for a long time. It converts into liquid. The nucleus of an atom of an element doesn't contain neutrons. The atomic number of the atom is equal to its mass number. The number of protons changes. The charge of the nucleus changes, and the atomic and mass numbers change, so the element changes into another element. The electron gains a quantum of energy. It transfers to higher energy level. An excited electron loses a quantum of energy. The electron returns back to its original position in the normal atom. This is the end of Unit 1 revision for first prep for the first term. Please play this video again and try to study it hard. I think it will be helpful. Thanks for watching. This is the end of this revision for Unit 1. Bye.